Come back to my YouTube channel CoinInfo. Your go-to spot for coin collecting, numismatic knowledge, and the stories behind the coins we often overlook. Today, we're diving deep into a small but mighty piece of Canadian history, the 1979 Canadian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, also known by the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina. So grab your maglers, because this nickel might just be worth more than 5 cents. A brief history of the Canadian 5-cent coin. Montage of early Canadian coins. The Canadian 5-cent coin has a long and fascinating history. First introduced in 1858, it was originally made of silver and slightly smaller than today's version. But by 1922, Canada switched to using nickel, earning the coin its enduring nickname, the nickel. By 1979, the coin had already become an everyday part of Canadian currency, used in vending machines, parking meters, and lunch counters across the country. The obverse, Queen Elizabeth II. Zoom in on the Queen's portrait. DG Regina. Let's talk about the design. On the obverse, or front, we have a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This version of the Queen's portrait was designed by Arnold Machin, a renowned British sculptor. Notice the inscription around her profile, Elizabeth II DG Regina. This is Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. It's a traditional title used on many Commonwealth coins, emphasizing the monarch's divine right to rule. This portrait was first introduced in 1965 and remained in use on Canadian coins until 1989. The reverse, the iconic beaver. Rotate to the reverse side showing the beaver on a rock, flip the coin over, and you'll see one of Canada's most iconic animals, the beaver, sitting on a rock. This design was created by G. E. Kruger Gray and has been a standard on the 5-cent coin since 1937. The beaver symbolizes hard work, industriousness, and the Canadian wilderness. It's a nod to the fur trade era, which played a crucial role in shaping Canada's early economy. Composition and specifications on-screen. Specs table with visual icons. So, what is this coin made of? Let's break it down. Year, 1979. Composition, 100% nickel. Diameter, 21.2 mm. Weight, 4.54 grams. Edge, smooth mint, Royal Canadian Mint, Ottawa. Back in 1979, Canadian nickels were still being made entirely from pure nickel, which gives them a slightly magnetic property. It wasn't until the 1980s and beyond that Canada shifted to using nickel-plated steel for cost-saving reasons. Value of the 1979 Canadian 5-cent coin. Visual, side-by-side comparison of circulated versus uncirculated coin. Now, let's talk about the big question, what's it worth? In general, a circulated 1979 5-cent coin is worth, well, about 5 cents. But condition is everything in numismatics. If you have a mint state or uncirculated coin, the value goes up. Estimated values, as of 2025. Circulated condition, 5 cents to $0.20. Uncirculated, MS 60 to MS 63. 50 cents to $2. High grade MS 65 and above $5 to $15 plus. Proof like or specimen coins from mint sets $10 to $25 inch. While it may not make you rich, it's still a great coin to keep in pristine condition, especially as part of a full date-run collection. Errors and rare varieties. Visual, close-up of coins with highlighted anomalies. As with many coins, there are occasional errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. Keep an eye out for things like double die obverse or reverse, where the design looks slightly doubled. Off-center strikes, where the coin design is misaligned. Die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs of metal from die damage. Planchet errors, like clipped planchets or lamination issues. While no major mint errors are widely known for the 1979 nickel, it's always worth checking. Some rare error coins have sold for hundreds of dollars to eager collectors. Animated pop-up facts. Did you know the beaver was officially named the national animal of Canada in 1975, just 4 years before this coin was minted? The 1979 nickel is magnetic, unlike coins made after 2000 which are often steel-based. Some collectors love to build nickel tubes, 40 coins in a roll, for each year as a saving strategy. Should you keep it or spend it? Visual, collector carefully placing coin in a display case. So, should you keep your 1979 nickel? If it's in excellent condition, or if you just love collecting, definitely keep it. It's a solid example of late 20th century Canadian coinage with a timeless design. But if it's worn down or scratched, it might just be worth keeping as part of your everyday change. Final thoughts, visual, final shots of the coin in a collector's folder. To most people, it's just a small coin. But to a collector, the 1979 Canadian 5 cents is a piece of history, a tiny metal time capsule connecting us to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, Canada's wildlife heritage, and a proud minting tradition. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned numismatist, never underestimate the story behind your spare change. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Canadian coinage, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Got a rare coin you'd like us to cover next? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.